You're tuned into Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano. Doreen brings energy, focus, and creativity with the most cutting-edge tools and systems needed to grow business, drive profits, and achieve dreams. Ready to rise? Here's your host, Doreen Milano.
Welcome. I'm Doreen Milano, and you are tuned into Big Ideas Small Business. And today we are talking to Paul Hittner, who has a brand new show on the OBBM network, Building the Brand. Welcome, Paul.
Thanks so much for having me, Doreen. Happy to be here.
I am so excited because we're going to talk about my favorite subject of all in business, which is all about core values. And, you know, one of the things that really got me connected to core values was reading an article from Forbes on the top 10 reasons that businesses fail. Doesn't matter what size the business is. And in the top 5 of those top 10, one of them is the inability to recognize and talk about core values to the audience, to their audience, which is their customers, their vendors, so on and so forth. So core values are one of the key reasons that businesses don't make it.
So true, Doreen. So I know a lot of small businesses, when they start out, it's something they completely overlook, but they really shouldn't, because the younger generations, millennials and generations coming up, they care more and more about what a company represents. It's simply not enough to just have a great service or product, or to have a better mousetrap, or to be more accessible or faster. These things are important, but the younger generations, they care about what that company represents, and a lot of companies overlook that.
Which is really sad. The core value really comes back to one of the key elements, which is the why.
The why, yeah.
Right?
So the why, people, I found they tend to focus on the what of the business, you know, developing their product line, getting ready for launch, maybe get their website up and going, get into that brick and mortar maybe. They don't look at why they're in business in the first place. And of course, the answer is to make money. But what a lot of people forget is that why you're in business is what people resonate with.
Right.
People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And that likability factor really comes from your core values.
Well, and the golden circles, as related by Simon Sinek in his books, the why is at the center of the target, right? So if we don't understand what our why is, if we don't understand what the core values are, we are not communicating from the why. We're communicating from the what, and everybody else communicates from the what, and it goes on deaf ears.
So true. I mean, we've all been caught in a sales presentation before, where they just keep talking about the product, right, and maybe the features of the product, and you really want to know what's in it for me, the benefit. But then at the end of the day, you want to know, if I buy from you, where's that money going to go? What is it? What kind of cause is that going to support? A lot of these younger generations, they want to impact the world through consuming things. So maybe they don't want to save the oceans, but if a company is part of a cause that cleans up the ocean and they put that in their marketing, they'll support it and feel like, hey, you know what?
They're making a difference.
I'm saving the oceans when I buy from that company. I'm a part of their impact. But if you don't have that impact defined, if you don't even know what your why is, then you could be missing out on those people that have the money, that need your product, but they could get it from another company that maybe has more of a social impact.
Now, I've known you for a while, Paul, and from various networking groups and so on and so forth. And one of the things that I could always count on you for was imagination, creativity, and understanding some of the key pieces in the marketing game, right?
Right.
And a lot of small businesses don't have the bandwidth to really market properly. And since a lot of small businesses aren't focused on their why, they're really missing a large part of what they could be accomplishing in the marketplace. Correct?
Well, there's a lot of deep questions, and it takes some self-reflecting and some hard looks in the mirror and asking yourself personal questions about you as the business owner. What brought you into business? What are you passionate about? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Why did you want to start this company in the first place? If you don't understand that or know that, or if you're in business to make money, it kind of comes off in your messaging. But if you can pinpoint what it is that fills you with passion, people that share that passion are going to want to get on board with you. Buying the product is important, but they want to make that impact along with you. So it's really important that you define that. Deep questions like what is the ideal kind of world I want to see as a business owner?
That is a great place to stop. We're going to take a little quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Strong business has always been the clear economic indicator. Work Suites in Allen, Texas is just one of 18 locations in DFW and Houston that support your necessary transitions with full service and affordable workspaces for upgrading or downsizing your current workload. You need to be focused on growth. Trust the office experts and helpful staff at Work Suites to take care of everything else, from dedicated phone lines and internet to furnished executive and co-working spaces. The OBBM network has tripled our business in the short months we've been with Work Suites and encourages you to step out boldly, make the tough decisions, and get back to work your way. Your nation depends on it. The OBBM network acknowledges that this is a pivotal time in history, and it is clear the United States of America has been undermined by many of our elected officials for some time now. We want our local business audience to stand strong in the face of what we now understand, and to be empowered to grow our businesses on the local level beyond the limitations that have been imposed upon us. We believe it is in our national interest to inspire our communities through strong economic development, and additionally to hold our elected officials accountable for accurate representation of we the people. For that reason, we encourage you to go to WeStandForFreedom.com to learn about the National Write Your Congressman organization that has been the trusted communication tool for local communities for over 60 years. Learn how your representatives are voting. Understand the laws and regulations under consideration on the state and federal level before they are enacted at the county and city levels. Communicate directly with these officials and stand up for yourself, for by doing so, you will protect the communities you serve from tyrannical rule and unconstitutional reforms. The OBBM network is the premier voice for local business, and we take that responsibility seriously. The OBBM network has everything you need to grow and transition your business for success on popular syndicated podcast networks, Roku and other video channels, and the OBBM network app. We work for you, local business, and we've got your back.
Welcome back. Doreen Milano, Big Ideas Small Business, and we are talking about core values and the impact on small businesses. Paul, tell me, core values, impact on small businesses. Do you have a story about a small business that has brought core values to the forefront?
When I think of core values being implemented into a company, a lot of people think of, well, core values, that's all fluffy fluff, and I'm trying to make money here. Why do I need to tell people what my impact is? It's not just what the consumers see. It's also about how you communicate to your employees and improve productivity and create a culture within your company. And why is that important? People who are feeling like they're part of something bigger, they're going to be more motivated and they're going to have more fun at work and they're going to have their better ideas come out and they're going to give those to the company freely. They're not going to feel like they're undervalued in the workplace. If they feel
Are
like...
we really talking about employee engagement?
Employee engagement, exactly.
Is that a big deal here?
Yeah, so when you have them as part of something bigger, when they feel like they're making an impact on the world, they're willing to stay with you longer. And that's a motivating factor, especially for younger people. Of course, money is important, but there's all kinds of ways. Any manager knows there's all kinds of ways to motivate people. Employees, when they feel like they're part of something bigger, they have more fun at work. They feel more motivated to get out of bed. They feel like they're working toward a purpose, and they feel like they're making an impact on the world. And that fills them with fulfillment more than money can in a lot of ways, or at For some people. Some people are really interested in the money, but at the end of the day, you know, money doesn't fix all your problems. So.
No, it doesn't. But one of the things that is really important here is the dialogue about how we, as business owners and employees, can make a difference to the bigger picture. The community as a whole is hurting. And if we start living through our core values, we're able to impact that community that we live and work in. Is that not correct?
Correct. And at the end of the day, consumers want to be a part of your journey. They want to be a part of your team. And whenever your message is about them supporting you so that you're more equipped to make that impact on the world, you can charge a little money and they'll be happy to pay it because they feel like they're impacting the world by buying your product.
That's huge.
So you got to define what that impact is. And what I ask a lot of my clients is, if you could change the world and use your business as a vehicle to change the world, what would that world look like? How would the world be different? Describe that picture. And if you can paint that picture and explain that to your audience, they're going to want to help you. They're going to see that passion, and they're going to want to get on board with you.
So I think it's important that we talk about your brand development workbook here, because you are the biz visionary, right?
Right, yeah.
And you have done a lot of work in actually helping us start understanding what we have to do in connecting core values to our marketing message. And you and I have had a lot of conversations, Paul, and some of those conversations really revolved around, it can be as simple as, who is the charity that you choose to align yourself with in the process of doing your business?
Correct. Yeah, you could choose a specific charity that people know that a certain amount of dollars that they spend with you are going to go to that charity. Or you could have a social cause, like I mentioned earlier, saving the oceans, you know.
Right.
It may not have to be a specific charity, but maybe you could get involved in another way. But you know, I really started the brand development workbook by starting a career as a freelance graphic designer, and I would want to create designs based around their core values. What do you believe in? I want to express that in your logo. And they wouldn't really have any answers for me. Well, we sell really good cupcakes. Well, that's not a core value, you know. Or how do I design this poster? Who's your audience? And they wouldn't be able to answer these things. So I ended up developing a lot of workshops and worksheets and business tools over the years to draw these ideas out of the people. And it's not a simple process of just asking a question and then they answer it. It's a lot of deep diving, and like I said, deep questions like, what's the impact you want to make on the world? If you could change the world, not just by selling cupcakes, but what's the bigger picture? Getting them to see that, the long distance goal, being able to see that vision allows them to make more clear decisions in their everyday work life.
Within this workbook, is there something specifically that you want to share with the audience?
When it comes to core values, I have one section in there. It's all about vision and mission development.
Well, let's see if we can find it.
It's near the beginning there.
Is it?
Let me see. Oh, this is a little quote here. It also has these inspirational parts too to keep you interested. But you have something valuable that fixes people's problems and adds meaning to their lives. You don't just sell cupcakes. There's a deeper thing behind that. I keep coming back to cupcakes.
It's all about cupcakes. You know, it's the holidays. We all want to eat.
It's baked in the cake.
It's baked in the cake, yeah.
So what motivates you personally? That's one of the questions I ask. And to get into that, you know, I give a little prompt about why your motivations should be in your messaging. Another question is, how can your business help you become the person you want to be? With small businesses, personal growth is a huge part of development of the business.
That is.
As the business grows, you know, you develop yourself as well. You become more accountable to people. You have to show your best face all the time as you get out there and expose yourself. Another question, how can and this is, I already touched on this, but how can your business make a positive influence on the world around you at large? So.
And we all make a positive influence in some way, shape, or form, right? No matter what we do, we're out there talking to people, we're connecting with people, and we're making a statement of who we are and what we have to give. We are going to really make an effort here to give information to small businesses so they can really thrive through the information that we're sharing. When we come back, let's talk more about how we can actually manifest these ideas into businesses so they get to thrive.
At Work Suites, get back to work your way. Business addresses, co-working, executive office suites. We really thrive on helping small businesses expand their horizons from simply working out of their home. What's really nice is we're flexible with our terms. We don't require you to sign a lease with us, go month to month, or stay a couple years. You may only need a part-time space. You'll have a full kitchen, covered garage access. This is the ideal way to work through the transition in your business and get you up to speed quickly. Private offices have dedicated Wi-Fi, furniture, 24/7 access. Call 888-445-9675 and check us out at worksuites.com to schedule your tour. You're going to love it here. 888-445-9675.
Introducing IV Hookup.
IV treatments have been the standard of care used for years to deliver intravenous hydration treatment to patients. Our medical director has created a safe, industry-standard protocol to efficiently support your wellness through IV vitamin hydration, including options for athletic performance, mood enhancement, general wellness, and hangover recovery. IV Hookup now offers full-spectrum COVID-19 testing at reasonable prices. This means we can get you and your staff tested in a quick time frame. Are you hosting a group event? We can provide a customized package for IV treatment and COVID testing as well. IV Hookup is everything you need to both stay healthy and to prove it.
Go to ivhookup.com to order yours, and we'll bring it right to you. That's ivhookup.com.
We're back, and we're talking about core values in business. And we're with Paul Hittner, who is a guru when it comes to branding and pulling together core values as part of that brand. And branding includes logos, right?
Yes. So, I started my career as a graphic designer because I loved the task of working with a person who has a hobby, a passion, an idea, maybe a skill set, and then transferring that skill set into a very concise symbol or image that represents a combination of the characteristics of their product, their core values, or their impact on the world. And it's easier said than done. I'm an artist at first. That's kind of how I got into this. And so I really enjoy the depiction and the translating of their vision. But understanding their industry, what makes them different, their products, that whole interaction with the client, I really found that I really liked that part of the process. So, but what I also found is that these companies, they don't know what their core values is.
No, they don't.
They don't know what their edge in the marketplace is. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing a lot more than making a logo for these people. I'm uncovering something deeper. I'm spending all of this time and I'm putting my thought, I'm lending my ideas to bring this stuff out. And so a lot of the time in the last 11 years is trying to figure out how to offer that service in a more professional way and how to charge for all of that value I'm giving. So
Making contributions to people's businesses, it's a big deal. So when we talk about people's businesses, you work with a lot of startups.
yes.
But you also work with established businesses that need that new boost.
Right.
Right? Because as businesses age and they get older, their logos or their original ideas of business may not be as relevant as they once were. So you help bring that relevance back into that business by helping them update logos and update their visual presentation in the world, correct?
Right. I mean, today, we don't always make first impressions in person. In fact, it's most of the time it's not. So online, digital media, one example would be, it's all about building credibility, and we only get one first impression. And also, you have a first impression, and then people thinking about doing business with you, they'll look and do their homework in different aspects. Maybe they'll visit your website, or you'll meet them in person, and it was a good interaction, and you left them with your business card, and the business card was pretty well designed, and then they get to your website, and it looks nothing like your business card. Well, that's an inconsistency, and we don't, those inconsistencies are big turnoffs for us to do business.
The number one rule in marketing is consistency, consistency, consistency. No matter what, right?
Right.
So when we present an inconsistent message, what are we really telling our clients?
That we do business inconsistently, that we're an inconsistent person. Maybe we're less reliable. Can they really trust us? If we present ourselves in this way, how are we going to make their business look if we do business with them?
But you can fix that.
I can fix that.
So how do we get a hold of you?
So you can get a hold of me in a number of different ways.
Take your book.
You can check my book out. It's on my website, bizvisionary.com. You could email me, paul@bizvisionary.com. You can find this on the website. I work in the DFW area, but I do Zoom calls nationwide. I've got a client over in Oregon.
And you've got a new show.
And I got a new show coming up, so you can check out the show, Building the Brand.
And building the brand is a big deal.
It's a big deal. I'm still working on it. I'm kind of new to this podcasting, but I'm really excited because my mission is to support, encourage, and empower entrepreneurs. So I feel like this podcast is a really good opportunity.
By the way, those are his core values, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. And you know what? Having the core values, when I defined those years ago, my mission is not doing graphic design work for people, even though that's how I originally started. When my mission is more broad and it's more impactful, like supporting, encouraging, and empowering, I'm able to make business decisions based around that, very clearly. So whether I'm going to go to a fundraiser, or whether I'm going to have a one-to-one with this business owner, or I'm going to volunteer, I'm asking myself, does this support, encourage, and empower entrepreneurship in the community? If the answer is no, then I don't do it. If the answer is yes, then I do. So sometimes, you do things you don't want to do in business, but I can ask myself, does this help me support, encourage, and empower entrepreneurs? And it makes my decision making a lot easier. So
that's awesome. bizvisionary.com. I'm Doreen Milano. This is Big Ideas, Small Business, and small business needs to stay in that space of big ideas and moving forward. No matter what's going on around you, you need to be taking steps to move forward. I'm a business coach. I'm also a business consultant. I work with small businesses in really supporting them moving forward no matter what the circumstances are. You can reach me at v2e.biz. Again, v2e.biz. You're on the OBBM network. We're so happy you're here, and come back and visit us again.